Welcome to Action Coaching. I'm certainly delighted that you join us on today because I believe that God has a special coaching word just for you. Now, the goal of Action Coaching is that we understand that everybody needs a coach, a mentor, or a guide, or whatever term you want to use for a person who has been the way, and they'll help giving you instructions as to the path that you are trying to achieve now. So all of us need that in life. Nobody does it by themselves. There's always someone that have been that road, got a little more experience, and gratefully that a lot of times they'll reach back and tell us some of the things we need to learn to navigate as we go along this path. Now, the goal of Action Coaching is not to change you, it's for you to use your gifts and talents to your ultimate ability, and above all, you can only be who you are. And that's what we endeavor to do each and every week. I want to encourage you to hit subscribe, share, and like. Let your friends know about Action Coaching because they too can be blessed through the coaching lessons that we offer each and every week. Every Wednesday night, we want you to be a part of Action Coaching and encourage others because there are things that I know you want to do in life. There are things that God has before you that you got to achieve. And all you need a lot of times is for somebody to give you a perspective on how to do it differently, and you can achieve those things that you desire in life. Now, on this session of Action Coaching, I'm going to talk about something that is, I wouldn't say it's a personal philosophy, but it's a mode of how I choose to live my life and how I choose to instruct others and help them, and how hopefully that what I'm about to share today will bless you. Now, I learned a long time ago that nothing happens unless you take action. We have so many people in this world who are hoping for something to happen, even believing for something to happen, telling all of their friends they're expecting something to happen. But a lot of times, people that are doing that have no action plans in motion, no goals, no things that they are equipping themselves with to take action so that they can achieve that they desire in their heart. We're living in a world now where everything is moving. I mean, my God, you got the internet, you hit a button, moving, it's moving. You can find the answers to this and that. You know, cars are moving, life is moving, everything is on the move. But a lot of times, even though everything is on the move, we still have a whole lot of people who are consistently sitting still and are unable or afraid to take the action that is necessary in your life. I found out in my first point, if you want something in life, I want you to know whatever you want is moving. Whatever you want, it is going about achieving what it's supposed to achieve. So if you want it, you got to be able to take action and run along with it. No matter what it is. You want to be a highly successful doctor, engineer, pilot, whatever it is in life. those things are already there that you can go learn them and prepare to do those things. But it's up to you to take action, because nobody is just going to come and give you a pill and all of a sudden you're a doctor, or maybe I give you a drink and all of a sudden you're an engineer. No, there are actions you have to take to achieve these things. Now, I found in my own life many things I would have never dreamed that I would be a part of these things, that these things would happen to me. But I am just so grateful that when I saw one day that if things are going to happen for me, you got to take action. That I couldn't just wait and expect for somebody to come put it in my hand or open up the door. If you want the door open up, it's an action. You got to knock. Or even sometime when we are going to the mall and they have those automatic doors. The minute you step on the mat, it opens up. And so when it closes right after you entered in. So everything is about action. And those that achieve the greatest things are those who take the most action. I want to say to you that action is powerful. Action is a gift that God has given all of us if we want to use it. Even a lot of times when people have health challenges or sickness and various things, and thank God for all of the amazing medical equipment and things that are been created to help us get better. But there's one thing that never changed. If you're going to get better, you got to take some action. If you want to get a certain thing under control, you got to take some action. It's always, even when you go to the hospital and they have treated you and got you all well, somebody gonna bring a list in there and say, look, if you want to stay better, here are the things you have to do consistently in order to achieve sound health and keep good health. So we got to understand that. So as I'm saying, everything you need in life is moving, is there for you, but you got to run along the side and jump on. You got to take action so that you desire will come to pass. How many amazing people we see in our society and we marvel at their success. And we all would love to have that kind of success. But when they give the backstory and begin to talk about how they became successful, whether it's a boxer, he might talk about how many hours he trained, the different things that he ate, how many times he had to run so many miles, or how he had to get with his coach and everything and get instructions in order to be the heavyweight champion that he is now. And so it is in life that things are achievable, but they are not achievable without action. And we, as individuals, got to understand that the impossible dream can become possible if we take action. God will open doors for us if we're willing to walk through. God will make a way, as they say in the church, out of no way. But the only way a way going to be made, you got to be on the way. And you got to understand that it's not just going to come to you. You got to move in order to see those things come to pass in your life. Let me give you an example. I grew up, and my father worked at a boys club. And of course, those of you that know about the Boys Club, they were some exciting clubs that were set up where young men came and got together and kind of learned the skills of life. You learn how to swim, you learn how to play various games, you experience things in the Boys Club. And I never will forget Mr. Eugene Thomas, who was an awesome swimming instructor. He was a man that taught many of us as young men how to swim. And one of the points of his teaching method that I'll never forget is that he taught a lot of us to be great swimmers, and he never got in the water. He would stand on the side with the whistle in his mouth, and he would tell us, all right, do this. He would show us the strokes. And then he would say, if you're going underwater, you got to do this. And we sitting there saying, now how in the world are you going to teach us how to swim and you not getting in the water? He said, I already know how to swim. It's up to you to take the necessary actions so that you can swim yourself. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Tap somebody and say, I'm made for miracles. You know why God allowed things to happen to you? He want to teach you that there are about 5 people got it. He want to teach you that there are. So whatever the devil knock you back with, God said now's the time to show him that he can't keep me there. Y'all ain't talking. Now is the time to let the devil know greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
Welcome back. I left off talking about how the swimming instructor told us that if we want to learn how to swim, it was going to be up to us to get in the water. It was going to be up to us to do the things that he told us to do. In other words, he was saying, I'm not going to hold your hand. You can swim if you want to swim, but you got to go through these actions. I say this to a lot of people in life. God have gifted so many of us with gifts. You have gifts. I have gifts. Other people have gifts. And most of the time, we go through life and use very little of our gifts. That's kind of the lot for most people. We'll spend it saying, I should have did this, I should have did that. We almost wait till we too old to do it to talk about what we should have did, rather than understanding the principle of success, the principle of enjoyment, the principle of achieving great things in life. Another example I want to give you that's based on that statement. I remember when we was in the Boys Club, we went to this mountain. And the goal was we all were going to hike up that mountain. Now as younger kids, younger boys, we get there and we look at it and say, oh my God, this is a high mountain. We automatically say, it is no way we're going to be able to climb that mountain. But I never will forget, the instructor told us, he said, do you all want to know how to climb the mountain? And we were sitting there thinking he was going to give us some easy route, some ride that we would ride up the mountain. He said, the way you're going to climb this mountain is you're going to take one step at a time. So what he was saying is, the first action is going to be the first step. And the second action is going to be the second step. And on and on. And if you keep taking action, you will be able to climb this mountain that we were endeavoring to climb. It's like that in life. Quit sitting around saying I woulda, shoulda, or I could have done that. But take action. Open yourself up to new experiences. I understand fear comes in instantly. But you know what fear comes in a lot of instances in our lives? Is that we are fearful of something we never tried. We've already made up in our mind without trying. We know we're going to fail. But you can use that same thought pattern and say, I'm going to endeavor to get started. And I'm here to let you know it is nothing like taking action. Action is getting started. And you can achieve so many things. Because when you take action, you open yourself up to a world you have not seen yet. How many of you? Now, I like traveling. I like to go see different places. I think I'm the type of person, I kind of get real bored when I just stay in a consistent environment all the time. I'm the person that like to go and see things, explore things, see how the other side of the world operates, or people in another state, or even maybe on the same block or street or community that I stay in. You will never believe how many things you'll see and learn and experience if you get on the move. If you take that action. When God began to bless me, the only thing He gave me at that point in time was the vision and the goal to take action. Now in my case, I built the entire ministry around word in action. And word in action to us is not a church slogan per se, or a church name. Yes, it is the name of the church, but we're not into so much the church name. What word in action means to us is we gonna act on our word. It's a lifestyle. It is a principle that we endeavor to strive to do. The people that are part of the ministry, and I appreciate every single one of them. If you ran into one of them, they'll tell you the first thing, Our church is about taking action. Whatever it is, if it ain't action, it ain't gonna work. But when you take action, you open up doors for great things. How many people, by taking steps, have come into some things that have changed their entire life, have opened up doors that they never thought would be opened up? I close it with this point. There was an instance in my life where I had stroke. I had went to all my doctors the week, 2 weeks before. Everything was good. I was feeling right good. And lo and behold, I had stroke. Now, the thing that was most devastating to me when I had the stroke was when they began to treat me, the whole right side wouldn't work. Now I'm thinking, no, I can't live like this. But thank God for people that practice physical therapy. And this particular physical therapy will come in every morning and say, Mr. Jackson, we gonna take some steps today. And I said, what part of I can't take steps you don't understand? And he began to just take me through the steps. And ultimately, I began to walk and get everything back together again, all because the action was taken. Don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Sitting on my bed, watching a preacher preach on the television screen. And I said to myself, Lord, I can do better
Welcome back. Thank God for you joining us on Action Coaching on today. And I certainly want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching so that it can help us reach so many more people. And that's what we endeavor to do. And it's because of you supporting us, we are able to continue to spread Action Coaching. Some can give 100, some can give 50, some can give even more than that so that we can continue expanding Action Coaching. Because I certainly believe that when you sow, you will reap. And I thank God so much for your support. Now I want you to know there's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching. And we are so thankful for those of you that continue to support Action Coaching. And we believe that the Lord is going to continue to richly bless you. So once again, there's a link in my bio. Give you a host of ways to sow unto Action Coaching. And we want you to know we appreciate it. And also before I go, reach out to us on social media. Let me know some topics you want me to talk about on Action Coaching. I would love to do it and help you in any way I can. Well, the Lord bless you. I've certainly enjoyed sharing with you on today. And as I always say, put the word in action.